So Americans are willing to go get $40,000 car that maybe they're probably getting a loan out on, and so they're paying on it every single month for the next 7 years. They're willing to do that, but they're not willing to do a $40,000 Amazon store that can actually pay them maybe $3,000. That would actually pay for your car. Completely different mindset, and you have to think along the lines as an investor, as someone looking at money. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to our Alpha Automation webinar. I've been getting a lot of questions, you guys, about our automation program, the Amazon stores, how it all works. We've been doing this for a couple years now, but I just kind of wanted to put this together just to show you guys what it is, how the hell this whole thing works, why we're even doing this, just to kind of pull the curtain back, just let you guys see straight up. If this is something you're interested in, getting an e-commerce store and owning an Amazon store that can pay you passive income or pay you every single month, then this might be the place for you. Let me show you exactly how this whole thing works. So, number one thing I want you guys to understand. We started this because Amazon lets you have one store per person. That is the entire foundation and basis, that one rule of why we're able to do this entire system. As a matter of fact, Chick-fil-A does the same thing. They only let you have one location per person. Why do they do that? They want to ensure quality. And we love that because we love Amazon quality, we love Chick-fil-A quality. It's a way they can control quality by not having one person, doing too many things. And we love that because Amazon's doing a great job. But with that being said, for our side, on the side of people who actually run the stores, it sucks because Amazon really limits you on how much you can actually do with your store. They don't want anyone dominating their marketplace or creating a monopoly. So in order to really grow and scale, we need to have more stores. So what we created is a done-for-you system where we are not the owners of the Amazon store. You, the client, are the owners of the Amazon store, and you hire our team to run your Amazon store for you, and we split the profits. I call this funding partner versus working partner. You become the funding partner. You're the one who gets to throw in the funds to start up the store, the funds to manage the store, and then we do all the work. We build the store, we run the store, we handle all the customer service, all the deliveries. We handle everything because we have the software, we have the system in place. We've been doing this for years and we know exactly what we're doing. So in order for you to get into this, you can partner with us and we can do all the work and you can sit back and enjoy what comes next. So, number one, why Amazon? Well, Amazon's obviously the biggest company in the world, and they're only getting bigger. It's calculated that Amazon will be 5 times their current size 5 years from now. Just think about that. They're already a $2 trillion company, and we're looking at them potentially being at a $10 trillion company. That is absolutely insane, and it's all because the way the world is turning, everything is going to e-commerce. But specifically on Amazon, there's 2 things you need to understand about the e-commerce model. There's something called Amazon FBA and Amazon Dropshipping. Amazon FBA is where you take products, you buy a bunch of products in bulk up front, and you ship it to an Amazon warehouse. There at the Amazon warehouse, Amazon handles the shipments, and they do same-day delivery, and it comes in an Amazon box, and that is Amazon FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. That's a great business model. I have nothing against it except for the fact that if you do that and you don't know what you're doing, it can really be costly. Because not only are you buying all your products up front in bulk and having them shipped to Amazon warehouse, if you don't sell out of those products, you're out a large amount of money for the bulk of the products. But also, if you're not selling out of those products, Amazon will continually charge you fees and up the fees the longer your products stay in the warehouse because you're taking up space. You're taking up space for other things, so they don't want your product sitting in there unless it's actually moving, unless it's being sold. So not only are you out all the products if you're not selling out of it, but also you're getting fees up and up and up and up by Amazon, so it can be a very costly business model as opposed to the Amazon dropshipping model. With technology and with software and with what we're able to do, what we're able to do with Amazon dropshipping is actually very simple. Let me show you exactly how that works right here, right? So number one, with dropshipping, we do not have to have any warehouses. We do not have to have products shipped in bulk. We don't have to do any of that. With Amazon dropshipping, we can actually just be listing products directly on Amazon, and when the customer buys the product, then it gets shipped out to the actual client. So what we do is we're taking products from other websites or other vendors, listing them on Amazon, and then it's getting shipped out only when they buy. That's the key here. Only once the product's actually purchased do we actually have to buy the product. And it seems kind of backwards because every business we know, you buy the products, have it housed in your storefront or a warehouse, and once it's sold, then you ship it out. With this model, you don't have to front anything for the products. You can have the product simply listed and you're not out any amount of money unless the product actually sells, which means there's no chance you can lose any money on the actual product. If you don't sell the product, then you don't lose money. If you sell the product, congrats. You already sold the product for a markup cost, and then we ship out the product to the customer with our software to the vendor and send it out to the customer. That's drop shipping. And that's the beauty of this business model, is it mitigates so much risk and it allows us to scale up so much more quickly because we don't have to worry about the housing and the bulk orders and all this stuff. And let me kind of show you how this goes, right? So the consumer places the order on Amazon for $20, right? So they're buying something on Amazon, say it's toilet paper. Toilet paper for $20. They buy it on Amazon. Our team, on your behalf, we will actually fulfill that order that's been purchased by buying the product. Say it's $10 product. We buy the product now that we've been paid from the customer, from the vendor, and we have it shipped out. So we handle all the shipping, we do everything, we ship it directly to them, and then 2 weeks later, Amazon pays us the $20 that the customer spent, and the leftover profit after we shipped out that product for $10 is now $10. So this is how the dropshipping model works, is once the consumer purchases the product on Amazon that we have listed, we only then go purchase the product, ship it out to the customer, and then the revenue comes in and we're left with the remaining amount of profit of $10. Now, what do we sell? I get a lot of questions about what do we sell. The honest truth is this. We do not sell anything that is, I would consider, a hot product or what we would even consider a trendy product. And why would I not do that? I'm talking fidget spinners. I'm talking, just all the trendy stuff you've ever heard in your entire life. Like, remember those bracelets that were like balance bracelets? That was a huge trend there for a while. We do not sell those things. Why? Because Amazon wants consistency. At the end of the day, Amazon wants to be the dominating place that everyone goes to buy. And so they want to see us as a seller producing consistent sales. And when you do that, you go up in the Amazon algorithm and then you're actually making more sales. They trust you. They put your products on the higher search pages in their search engine optimization because they trust you and your consistency. So we do not sell trendy products. We sell day-to-day household items. The products that we know the American household is buying on a consistent basis and will continually return. Toilet paper is a perfect example. Toilet paper, the margins aren't as high because when it comes to trending products, we're talking huge margins, 50, maybe even 80% profit margin. It's massive. However, you have a huge spike and what happens to every trend? Trends go away. That's the nature of a trend. That's the nature of how that kind of product works. And so then you don't have consistency in your business and you have to constantly be upping and following trends. With this though, we know everyone needs to buy toilet paper and they need to buy it constantly. Every week, it's a perishable. They need to come back and get it over and over and over again. And our bet, the reason we're doing this is because I believe more and more consumers, more and more Americans will do their day-to-day shopping on Amazon and doing it online as opposed to actually going into the store. You might even see this yourself in your own life. You would rather buy it off Amazon or even Instacart or DoorDash or something like that. You'd rather buy it online and have it shipped to you than you would actually going into the store. You see, that's why all of these businesses like Walmart, Smith's, Target, they're all coming up with some form of delivery system or even just a pickup system because they're trying to keep up with the e-commerce model and how dominant e-commerce is. So with this, we believe more and more customers will be doing their day-to-day shopping on Amazon. So we're selling stuff like toilet paper, dishes, stuff for the yard like mulch, bicycles, shelving, you name it. If you can find it in a place like Walmart, Costco, Bed Bath & Beyond, these are products that we know are going to sell that the American household needs and will constantly come back for. And if we can sell that at a consistent rate, even though the margins are smaller, we have a good consistent revenue stream in our business. And now Amazon likes to see more and they promote our products to the higher search pages. And now we're really talking about some serious business. Now, how does this work? How do you understand how the returns work and the products and all this stuff? Let me kind of dive right into that, okay? Actually, before I do that, let me just kind of give you guys one thing over here that I do want to mention about Amazon. I already mentioned that they're going to be 5 times their current size. However, I get the question a lot, is it oversaturated? Is it even, is it too late to get an Amazon? Amazon's already a $2 trillion company. It's too late. Wrong. Amazon is valued at a $2 trillion company, and their revenue in 2020 was $386 billion. Every single year, they've had almost an entire 25 plus. This was a 37% increase from 2019, and they keep going up every single year. More and more people are doing their shopping on Amazon. Almost every single American has some form of Amazon account, whether it's an Amazon Prime account or just Amazon account. Now, with that being said, is the market oversaturated? Hell no, it's not oversaturated, because Amazon's valued at $2 trillion. They're doing $386 billion in sales. However, that's for e-commerce. When it comes to e-commerce, Amazon dominates the market of e-commerce. But still in total commerce, meaning there still are a lot of Americans who go in person and do their shopping, and Walmart actually does more in sales than Amazon does. Walmart still sells more than Amazon. However, they're not as valuable of a company because everyone knows that the future is e-commerce. So is this the right time? Absolutely. The next 5 years are going to be the most incredible and crazy years of growth in e-commerce that we've ever seen. And Amazon's only getting bigger. Now, you might be thinking, that's not fair. Amazon's going to dominate the market. You know what? Honestly, they probably will. And it's kind of scary that they're going to have that big of a grasp on our entire commerce in the United States. When you think of shopping, you think of Amazon. You don't think of anything else. You think Amazon. Amazon owns the word shopping. And that is a crazy thought process, but that's where the world is headed. And that's where we're making our place. So is it early? Yes, it's super early. If you talk to me 5 years from now, we'll see. But right now, it is still early to get in on the Amazon game because they're just getting started. Now, as I was saying here, you can see right here, 38%. That's just total e-commerce. The next closest is Walmart. You guys, if you guys don't believe me, this is market charts. You can go look this up yourself. This is how big they are in e-commerce, but still not even big enough in total commerce. Now, why our team? Well, let me show you. When it comes to our how well we've done, you're watching this because you've heard about us. You've watched us because you know someone who has a store with us, or maybe they talked about having a store with us, you've seen our posts, and you've seen the success that we're having. And I want you guys to see straight up. I want to pull back the curtain so you can see directly what kind of performance you should expect when you start with the Alpha Automation team. We're averaging about 7 to 10% average monthly return on sales. So that's about a 10% profit margin that we're producing every single month, okay? Now, here's some of our clients. Now, I produce, by the way, if you're watching this webinar, currently it's January 2022. We put these things out as many times as we can. I put out constant updates of client success stories. These are just some of them. Keep watching. If you're not sold on this yet, keep watching all the things we put out because you'll see us posting more and more client success stories. Let me just show you a couple examples. Here, one of my clients in 2021 did $40,000 in sales with about an 18% profit margin, pulling in about $5,000 in profit in 1 month. Here I have another client who did about $14,000. That's a small month, by the way. 14,000 sales is actually pretty small. And they had a 17% profit margin, which, by the way, is a little high. 18 to 17% is a little high. You should expect about 10% profit margin on all your sales. But here you can see 17% profit margin, pulling in about $1,700 in profit. I want you to ask yourself, if you were to own a business that were to pay you, that someone else ran, and you could produce returns like this, what would that be worth to you? What would it be worth to you to have a store that could produce $5,000 a month in profit? How about even just $1,700 a month in profit? How would that change your life? What would you do with that? I want you to seriously consider that. Here's a couple more examples. Again, more 10% profit margin, about $56,000 in sales, not bad. Cost of goods sold. Now you can see the breakdown here. the actual cost of the product, because this is what we sold it for right here in the left column. But then you could also see what the actual cost of the product was. This is gross profit, and then you have to understand Amazon takes out their fee. Amazon is making a lot of money off this. Amazon loves us. We're making them a ton of money. So they pull out their piece of the revenue, and here's a little bit of supplier tax. And then at the end of the day, we're left with 10% after all this. And that was about a $4,200 in profit month for our client. Another one, $24,000 in sales with about a 17% profit margin. After you break everything down, about $3,000 a month in profit. Let's go for another, $63,000. Now, let me explain. Why are the difference in these numbers? I'm going to get to that in a sec. Why there's such a difference in how much sales and what can really make the difference with you as a client with Alpha Automation and how we can actually scale your business. I'll get into that in a sec. But I want you to see $63,000 total sales, cost of goods $48,000, gross profit about $15,000. Amazon takes out their fees. We're left with about $4,600 in profit. Coming over here, $50,000 total sales, 7% profit margin, about $2,900. Now, as you're seeing these numbers, I want you to consider what would an extra 5, 4, 2, maybe even only $1,700, what would that do for you if you owned a business that was paying you like that? Well, I can tell you, I know a lot of things that could do for you. That could be an incredible, life-changing experience, and I know it has been for a lot of our clients. Now, you're going to see things like this. If you become a client of Alpha Automation, you'll have your app and you'll be able to see things like this. One of my biggest clients doing $2 million in sales every year, which is not very difficult to do, if I'm completely honest, as long as we have the working capital, which I will get to. But as you can see here, in a month, we had a client do $80,000, $440,000, $256,000, about $66,000. So it fluctuates on the size of the store, and this is why. So, and actually, let me get to this real quick. So you can see total revenue, $162,000 in 30 days. The breakdown of the profit margin of 16%, about $25,000 right here. And then we split the profits. You have to understand, we're not just doing this out of the goodness of our heart. We're trying to make money here. We want to do this store with you, and we're going to split the profits as an incentive. You as a business owner, depending on which package you get with Alpha Automation, you're going to be anywhere from 50% split, I'll get to that in a sec, or 65-35. Here, let's just go, for example, say you got our highest package where you as the store owner, as our client, gets 65% of the profit. $25,000 at 65% profit is a total take home of $16,000 for our client. Now, as I told you before, these are our three packages. Now, if you're watching this is January 2022, this will change. Our prices are actually going up March 1st of 2022, so there are currently 2 months left before these prices go up. We are now going to be upping it about 10% to $45,000, $40,000, and $35,000. This $30,000 option and the $40,000 at $65.35 will no longer be available after March 1st of 2022. So if you're watching this before then, it's time to get on that. If you're watching this after then, sorry you missed out, but it's still awesome. Let me explain. $65.35 at a $40,000 investment, 65% goes to you, the store owner, our client, 35% goes towards us. Same thing with 60-40 split and 50-50 split. You can kind of see the breakdown right there. Now, let me go back to what I was telling you before. What's the difference in our clients and how much they're able to make? Well, the number one thing you need to understand about this entire model is it all depends on how much working capital you can have. You are the client who's going to be funding the process. The upfront fee to start it, that's our fee and the cost of our service to start. But you also need to have a line of credit, a credit card, a business credit card on file in order for us to produce these orders. Because if I go back, what I was telling you before is we're not buying these products up front. These products aren't purchased up front and housed in a warehouse. We are listing the product on Amazon, and then once someone buys it, we ship it out to them. However, Amazon only pays us every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you'll see money coming in, the total amount of sales dropping into your account. But since we're using the client's money technically to buy that product, we do not want to wait 2 weeks to buy the product and ship it out to a customer. No one wants to wait 2 weeks to get their product. Everyone wants same-day shipping or 2 to 3 day shipping. No one wants to wait a full 2 weeks for their product. So in order to run this business model, in order to have success, we need a line of credit as a buffer, as working capital in order to make this work. So what happens is the customer buys the product and we have a business credit card, a line of credit on file that we can purchase the product with and then ship it out to the customer. 2 weeks later, the money comes in, you take that and pay off your credit card, and the cycle continues. And this is the ultimate factor of how much you can actually make with one of these stores, how much we can actually produce in sales with one of our stores. Let me explain. A $15,000 line of credit can produce about $30,000 or $40,000 a month in sales. Why? Because we get paid every 2 weeks. So every month, you can basically double the amount you have in line of credit in total sales. So if you have $15,000, every 2 weeks we get paid, that means we can do about $30,000 to $40,000 in total sales that month. And that is our biggest limiting factors. How much do we have in line of credit? Because if you had a $30,000 line of credit, we could do $60,000 to $75,000 a month in sales. Now let's say it's a 10% profit margin. Well, let's just do the math. If we do $30,000 to $40,000 a month in sales and we have a 10% profit margin, that means we'll have about $3,000 or $4,000 a month in profit coming in. If you had a $30,000 line of credit, we have, and we're doing $60,000 to $75,000, 10%, $6,000 to $7,000 a month coming in. $50,000 line of credit, we can double that, do about $100,000 to $120,000 a month in sales, and 10% of that, you can do the math. So this is the number one factor in how much we can make. I have some clients who are very high-end clients, have very high lines of credit, where we can do $400,000 a month in sales. Now, that means you have to have a $200,000 line of credit that we can use for working capital. Now, one of the biggest pieces of this is we have a vested interest in helping you get a line of credit. So we have a program called Leverage Mastery Program that you can get that will help you increase your lines of credit so you can have more orders and so you can have more success with our Amazon stores. But this is the breakdown. This is how things work. Now, you can see here, obviously I put out as many things as I can to show the success, to just be as completely open as possible about what's happening, how our clients liking it. You can read here for yourself. Our clients actually having success. Keith Clemens, I started my store 8 to 9 months ago, and life has been pretty good since. I've amassed $463,000 in revenue. Last month, I took home $13,000 in profit. So I want you guys to understand, if this is right for you, I would love to partner with you. If it's not right for you, then no worries. We only want to work with people who actually are interested in this business model. Now, let me give you guys kind of an idea. I've had some people talk to me about $30,000 or $40,000. That's a lot to, yes. I understand to the average American that is a lot, but you have to understand we're running a business. This is the cost of business. It costs a lot for us to have this entire team, software, and everything to run this business. But if you really understand business and you look at a perspective, $30,000 for a business or $40,000 for a business that say pays you $3,000 a month is a massive game changer. Because if you look at buying a franchise or any business, it would cost you anywhere from $94,000 to $400,000 for a Baskin Robbins. How about a McDonald's? You want to start a McDonald's? You're looking at $1 to $2 million to start it. Dunkin' Donuts, Taco Bell, say you want to start Denny's, Planet Fitness. If you want to start these businesses, it costs you anywhere from $300,000 to $700,000. It fluctuates, but the average cost in the United States for a business is $300,000 to start. The reason is because there's brick and mortar, there's products that have to be shipped up front, there's everything you have to hire out with people. With us, it's an e-commerce model, so it's a lot cheaper to start your business, so you don't have to worry about these kind of upfront fees in order to own something that can pay you like that. Now, here's what I just kind of want to put this in perspective for you. $30,000 and $40,000 in perspective. I guarantee if you're watching this, you know someone, or maybe you yourself own a car that was $30,000 or $40,000. The average cost of a car in the United States is $40,000. That's the average that the household American is doing. So Americans are willing to go get $40,000 car that maybe they're probably getting a loan out on, and so they're paying on it every single month for the next 7 years. They're willing to do that, but they're not willing to do a $40,000 Amazon store that could actually pay them maybe $3,000. That would actually pay for your car. Completely different mindset, and you have to think along the lines as an investor, as someone looking at money. You can hire our team. Our team is here for you, and we want more partners. We are looking for more partners because we want to grow and scale. We know what we're doing. We've had the success, and we want to partner with you if it's the right fit. We would love for you guys to consider working with Alpha Automation. We've had incredible success, and the year 2022 is going to be absolutely insane. If this is right for you, then message us or talk to someone who's a part of the Alpha team, and let's get started.